Next up is the last keynote of this first plenary session by Mrs. Anna Chernilovskaya, CIO and Manager Data Care at ONVZ. Academically schooled in mechanics and mathematics and at several prominent business schools, she is an eminent visionary. Anna is always thinking and acting for the greater good. Let's hear it from Mrs. Annie Chernilovskaya.
Regio Eindhoven. Een plek waar mensen met passie voor techniek en onderzoek elkaar vonden. Harde werkers die met hun uitvindingen een revolutie veroorzaakten. Hier veranderen nog steeds doeners, denkers, onderzoekers en bestuurders samen. Alles wat wordt vastgepakt in oplossingen. Niemand uitgesloten. Want alleen samen kun je complexe maatschappelijke uitdagingen aan. Door buitengebaande paden te denken en te doen. Samen te werken en successen te delen. Deze kernwaarden zijn de pijlers onder de groei van Brainport Regio. En eigenlijk zijn we hier op ons best als iets niet lijkt te kunnen. Hier veren we op als wordt gedacht dat iets onmogelijk is. En wat is er mooier dan samen het leven van mensen waar dan ook te verbeteren? Dat maakt de Brainport Regio meer dan ooit een internationale magneet voor talent en ambitie. Een regio als wonderlijk recept voor oplossingen, die de wereld keer op keer versteld doet staan. Brainport Eindhoven. Think, make, matter. Join.
The power of working together. In the 90s, the Eindhoven area was in trouble. Companies like Duff and Philips were in substantial problems. More than 30,000 people lost their jobs. And look now, a flourishing area with more than 400,000 people working for all kinds of companies, from startups to large global organizations like SML. More innovative than Silicon Valley, with 3 times more patents per citizen. What is the key to success? Government, municipalities, businesses, schools and universities of all levels working together on a large scale. Impressive, isn't it? Good morning, everyone. My name is Anna Chernilovskaya. Born and studied in Russia, I moved to the Netherlands 15 years ago. I started my career in the Netherlands at the Utrecht University. And one of the things that surprised me there was that I had students from very different backgrounds, from philosophy and linguistics to computer science and psychology. And they all worked together in multidisciplinary groups. In contrast, in Russia, there was much more focus on creating large and high-qualified groups of one discipline. And my conclusion was, working together brings much more effective results. Then I went working for Achmea, the largest insurance company in the Netherlands. Achmea was a merger of several insurance companies with their own IT department. Later, they moved to the strategy One Company, One IT to become more effective. I worked there as an architect, and I learned that architecture can be an important driver for collaboration. Then I made a step to the Dutch railways. An important example of working together with technology that I saw there was about standardization of data exchange on the European scale, because this is necessary to be able to drive trains between different European countries using the same IT systems. There I saw the power of truly international collaboration. However, sometimes you see the same companies competing with each other on national tracks. Now I'm the Chief Information Officer at ONVZ, the premium insurer in the Netherlands. There are a lot of problems in our health system. Shortage of medical staff, large costs, aging population, and the main objective is to keep citizens healthy. An important driver for this is working together. An example of such collaboration is Vicoso, a data exchange company between health providers and health insurers. Because this makes, at least this time, this part of our health insurance systems cheaper and also easier for citizens. Because in contrast to many other European countries, when we go to a doctor, we don't get that many bills that we first have to pay, then to scan, then to get reimbursed at our health insurer. All these collaborations are good examples of working together on a certain scale. So working together brings great results and new possibilities, and technology makes working together possible. Probably the most prominent example of this is the internet. The internet connects and brings everyone together. The new digital economy was born, and traditional companies would become legacy. However, the internet was also overestimated. Because traditional companies did not only survive, they also became much more important and relevant. And we see this now with the shortage of staff in crucial industrial sectors. So internet helps us to work together, but it still does not make bread. So we need to collaborate to make technology more meaningful. Because next to huge amount of opportunities that technology brings, it also brought us a lot of challenges. Challenges like fast spread of information over the internet, so that there is no time anymore to validate what is true. Social networks that brought extreme loneliness in the time of extreme connectedness. And of course, cybersecurity challenges. And these challenges can only be tackled in collaboration. For example, to address cybersecurity, we need to work together on a much larger scale than we do today and share information. None of us can solve these problems on their own. So, do we dare to work together? It is not as easy as it looks like. I see a lot of competition in technology. I also see the war on talent on IT labor market. Do we dare to decide which problems are more important to solve with a scarce, talented IT workforce? Or do we only look at our own company problems? And what is more important? Fantastic digital customer service for your company with new apps and new websites full of cookies, or creating flexible IT infrastructure for our public areas to address societal challenges, to address climate change, or problems like immigration. And what is needed to arrange this collaboration? First of all, the precondition is to work together with schools and universities of all levels, and also the government. That our IT providers become real partners and not just look for extra sales. And finally, do we dare to also admit our weaknesses and not only to talk about what we are good at? Do we trust each other to do this so that someone else can fill in the gap and excel in something else? Then we would have a real ecosystem to collaborate, and Brainport shows us how to do this. We are talking about Dutch design today. And one of the most important characteristics of Dutch design is simplicity. At the time when we are surrounded by all these complex challenges, finding simplicity is essential. Because sometimes we make things complex by calling them complex. And then we freeze, and sometimes also complain about complexity as real Dutch, not being able to make a step towards a solution. So the dilemma that I would like to discuss with you today is to achieve simplicity, we need to value collaboration over competition. Thank you.